What would happen if one day humans were no longer limited to simply slowing down aging, but could actually reverse their biological age? Harvard geneticist David Sinclair once proposed a bold idea. The first person to reach the age of 150 may have already been born. If this prediction eventually becomes reality, humanity will no longer be asking only one question: how can we live longer? Instead, we would face a much deeper question: where is the true limit of human life? But this idea still sounds almost impossible, because the longest officially verified human lifespan in history belongs to Jeanne Calment, a French woman who lived to the age of 122. For decades, scientists believed that aging was a one-way process, something that can only be slowed down but never reversed. But Sinclair proposed a completely different possibility. Aging may not be an irreversible countdown. Instead, it may be a biological process that can be understood, influenced, and perhaps even reprogrammed. If this idea is correct, then humanity would no longer be focused only on extending lifespan. We would be attempting to change the aging process itself. And this is exactly the direction that modern longevity science is exploring. For many decades, scientists believed that aging mainly resulted from the gradual accumulation of damage inside the body. Like a machine that has been running for decades, its components slowly wear down, its systems gradually fail, and eventually it stops functioning. But Sinclair believes this explanation may not tell the whole story. According to his theory, human aging is not simply a matter of hardware damage. Instead, it may be more like a gradual loss of the biological information that tells cells how to function. This control system is known as the epigenome. The epigenome regulates gene expression. It determines which genes should be turned on and which genes should be turned off. When we are young, this system operates with remarkable precision. But as we age, the information stored within this system gradually becomes disrupted. Cells begin to lose the ability to accurately follow their original instructions. Sinclair proposes that aging may not happen simply because DNA becomes damaged over time. Instead, cells may gradually lose the ability to correctly read and interpret the information contained within their own genome. If this theory is correct, then aging may not simply be the result of accumulated damage. It may be a process that can be understood and potentially manipulated. But this bold hypothesis did not appear out of nowhere. It came from decades of scientific exploration. From tiny yeast cells to experiments that restored vision in blind mice, Sinclair has been searching for the same fundamental answer. Is aging an unavoidable decline, or is it a biological program that can be rewritten? The story begins in the early 1990s, inside a laboratory at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. There, a young Australian researcher began investigating a simple but profound question. Why do some organisms appear to live longer under certain forms of stress? That researcher was David Sinclair. At the time, he joined the laboratory of geneticist Leonard Guarente. Their research focused on one of the simplest forms of life, yeast. Although yeast appears completely different from humans, it shares many fundamental cellular mechanisms that control survival and aging. Scientists discovered that under conditions such as limited nutrients, yeast cells activate protective survival mechanisms, and some of these mechanisms appeared to be connected to lifespan regulation. Further research revealed that a group of proteins known as sirtuins may play an important role in this process. These proteins are involved in regulating DNA repair, cellular stress responses, and energy metabolism. This discovery raised a much bigger question. If cells possess natural protection and repair mechanisms, could aging itself be regulated or even reversed? Of course, the distance between yeast and humans is enormous. Many early longevity studies produced exciting results in laboratory animals. But when researchers moved toward human studies, the situation became far more complicated. This is also one of the most misunderstood aspects of longevity science. A breakthrough in a laboratory does not mean that a treatment capable of changing human lifespan will arrive tomorrow. However, Sinclair's research opened an entirely new direction. Scientists began to rethink the fundamental mechanisms behind aging. And while searching for the key factors that control aging, one important molecule gradually attracted increasing attention: NAD. NAD is a critical molecule found in all living organisms. It plays an essential role in energy metabolism and cellular repair. It is also an essential molecule that helps sirtuins function properly. Simply put, if we imagine a cell as a city, NAD is like the energy supply system and maintenance crews that keep the city running. Scientists discovered that NAD levels gradually decline as humans get older. This naturally led to an important question. If aging is associated with declining NAD levels, could increasing NAD help cells return to a younger state? This question is one of the reasons why NAD supplementation has become such a major focus in longevity research. Scientists began studying molecules that can increase NAD levels, including NR, NMN, and several experimental compounds currently under development. Animal studies have shown that increasing NAD levels may improve some age-related problems, such as declining metabolic function, impaired mitochondrial performance, and reduced cellular stress responses. However, the results in humans are far more complicated. Current research has confirmed that these molecules can increase NAD levels in humans, but raising NAD levels does not necessarily mean reversing the aging process. So far, there is still no reliable evidence showing that NAD supplements can significantly extend human lifespan. For Sinclair, NAD is more like an important clue rather than the final answer. If aging is not caused only by declining energy production and accumulated damage, but also by the gradual loss of information control inside cells, then an even more ambitious question emerges. Could we directly adjust this biological information and restore some youthful characteristics to already aged cells? This question pushed scientists toward a far more ambitious area of research: cellular reprogramming. In 2020, Sinclair's team published a study in Nature that attracted enormous attention. This time, they weren't simply trying to slow aging. They wanted to answer a far more ambitious question. Could already aged cells be restored to a younger state? The core technology behind this approach came from Shinya Yamanaka's discovery of the Yamanaka factors. These 4 factors, OCT4, SOX2, KLF4, and c-MYC, can help reprogram mature cells into a state similar to embryonic stem cells. This process is known as cellular reprogramming. But there's a major catch. If these factors are fully activated, adult cells may lose their original identity and return to a more primitive stem cell-like state. This means a neuron may no longer function as a neuron. A skin cell may no longer maintain its original characteristics. More dangerously, uncontrolled cellular reprogramming could increase the risk of cancer. So Sinclair's team took a more cautious approach. They used only 3 of the 4 factors. OSK. Their goal was to achieve what is known as partial reprogramming. In other words, instead of completely resetting cells, they wanted to restore their youthful function while allowing them to retain their original identity. The experiment was conducted on a group of mice suffering from optic nerve damage. As these mice aged, the retinal nerve cells gradually lost their ability to function. Researchers used gene therapy to introduce OSK factors into the mice's eyes. The results surprised many researchers. Some damaged retinal cells regained the ability to regenerate, and the mice showed improvements in visual function. This discovery attracted widespread attention in the field of aging research, because it suggested something that many scientists once considered impossible. Aging may not be a completely irreversible process. Cells may retain a kind of hidden, youthful biological information. As time passes, this information may not completely disappear. Instead, it may become hidden beneath the accumulated changes and disruptions of the epigenetic system. If this theory is eventually proven correct, the way we treat aging in the future could undergo a fundamental transformation. In the past, medicine mainly focused on repairing damage caused by aging. For example, treating cancer, heart disease, and neurodegenerative disorders. In the future, medicine may one day be able to restore cells to a more youthful, functional state. However, it is important to emphasize that this research is still at an early stage. These experiments were performed in mice, not humans. Moving from laboratory animals to safe and effective human treatments usually requires many years or even decades of further research. At the same time, research based on the concept of partial cellular reprogramming is beginning to move from animal studies toward early-stage human clinical research. One example is ER100, a gene therapy program developed by Life Biosciences. This project attempts to apply partial reprogramming concepts to restore certain functions in aging cells, with current clinical exploration mainly focusing on eye-related diseases. The reason scientists chose the eye as an initial testing ground is that visual function can be evaluated through relatively clear and measurable indicators. This allows researchers to better determine whether cellular rejuvenation is actually producing meaningful effects. Of course, ER100 does not mean that humans have already achieved biological age reversal. What it is really testing is whether cellular rejuvenation can eventually move from the laboratory into future medical applications. If these studies succeed in the future, the way medicine approaches aging could fundamentally change. In the past, humans could only treat diseases caused by aging. But in the future, medicine may be able to intervene directly in the aging process itself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss future videos like this. See you in the next one.